Dear readers, welcome to the New Age. The one songs have been written about, the one that has been long predicted, and the one being created right now through your evolved states of consciousness and increasing ability to see through the chaos and troubles of a world quickly moving beyond the ignorance and unenlightened awareness that has governed her for so long. You are doing a fine job in spite of appearances. Increasingly intense energies of light continue to expose actions either previously unknown to the general public or that were promoted and defined through misinformation intended to make them seem ordinary and in the best interests of the majority. Be not afraid, dear ones, even though there is much going on at this time that can easily fool you into fear and a desire to maintain the status quo. Fear and misinformation are the primary tools of those who wish to keep you in ignorance, because as the majority awakens and begins to reclaim their innate power, it automatically dissolves false power and the stranglehold it has maintained over others for eons. Trust your intuition always, and do not automatically accept as truth everything seen and heard through commercial news outlets. Things are happening that you do not hear about. What you are reading and being told is often misinformation or only half of the story, intended to keep the general public stirred up for the purpose of perpetuating an old belief system, one that feeds from the energies of struggle, anger, retaliation, hopelessness, and fear. Learn to live simply, staying in the now moment and being true to the promptings of your heart. Allow yourselves to be guided from a place of love regardless of what may present itself as you go about your day, for love is the only power and the only reality regardless of any outer appearances. Guides, angels, masters, and teachers are available to everyone at all times. Some of you may feel that your guide has abandoned you, or believe that you do not have a guide because you do not hear specific directions when you ask. Everyone has personal guides throughout their earthly lifetime. Guides change as new levels of awareness evolve, but you are never without a guide because you have free will. Guides are not permitted to tell you what to do because this is your journey, not theirs. Their job is to support and guide you through the decisions that you choose to make. They can and do often whisper suggestions, but the bottom line always remains yours. There are many who believe Grandma or Aunt Agnes is the guide, and for spiritual beginners this can be somewhat true because the person may best respond to what is familiar. However, a real guide is always waiting in the wings to step in as needed or when the individual is more spiritually ready. Individuals are only able to hear guide suggestions and intuition when they are quiet enough to hear the still, silent voice within. Technological distractions are serving to block inner communication for many. It is not only important, but imperative that anyone seeking guidance from within learn to detach themselves from 24/7 technology. Anyone choosing to evolve and live spiritually will have a very difficult time if they are plugged into and checking phones and computers every 5 minutes. Some will say, "I need it for my work," which may be true for those who believe that success is entirely dependent upon personal effort, because according to the three-dimensional belief system, it is a dog-eat-dog world. However, you who read these messages are beyond this level and have become aware of the bigger picture. For you, a continuing reliance on three-dimensional concepts will no longer serve you because you are no longer in alignment with that energy. Let go of the temptation to stay constantly plugged into news and information that quickly becomes obsolete. Technology is an important and powerful tool, especially as it serves to awaken those of the status quo, with video exposing situations the world over that heretofore were being ignored or covered up. However, never lose sight of the fact that technology is a tool to serve you, not for you to serve it. Children must be taught that technology is a tool for learning and for fun, but must never become a distraction from living real life. Many children, as well as adults, are losing their ability to play, love, evolve, and interact with others on a mature personal level because their obsession with technology leaves no room for real-life experiences and allows them to live fake lives. You have evolved beyond living in slavery to material distractions in order to feel fulfilled. This is not to say you cannot enjoy quality television, films, books, games, or take advantage of the latest technology, but it must be remembered that the moment any of these things become needs necessary in order for you to feel complete and happy, you are in the old belief of separation. The three-dimensional world continues to seek your loyalty, interest, and purchases, through promotional efforts that inform you of latest trends guaranteed to solve everything troubling you. As the evolved states of consciousness you now are, you must accept the fact that it is time to come out and be separate, reclaim your innate power, and refuse to accept at face value everything so-called experts, government, and religions tell you is true. It is a new time, a time in which your inner self can become your best news source, technology, and font of information. Having free will, every individual is permitted to live as they choose for as long as they choose, but you reading these messages are spiritually mature enough to accept that it is one's state of consciousness that determines their outer experiences. In reality, there are no victims, only those suffering the effects of believing themselves separate from Source, others, and their good. You are creators, and must ask yourselves what you are choosing to create for yourself and for the world. It is serious and often difficult work to be awake in a third-dimensional world at this time, but know that you knew this before incarnating and chose to be here. Being awake does not mean that you cannot enjoy the ride while on Earth, for the energy of joy is the closest to divine energy. What we do say is that if you find that yourself still dependent on three-dimensional rules and information, entertainments, news, literature, music, etc. for your sense of completeness, it is time to examine why you chose to be here at this time and if you really believe and want to live what you have come to know as truth. Dear ones, the time for game playing is quickly drawing to a close. Soon you who are aware of divine truth will no longer be permitted to live happily with one foot in the old energy and one foot in the new, making truth into pleasant dinner conversation that is too inconvenient to actually live. You have reached the place in your personal evolutionary journey where you must decide which world you choose to live in. No more questioning, pretending, rites and rituals, or allowing the false beliefs of the third dimension to govern your life in an effort to attain what is already fully present within you. Present times are powerful and often not gentle even for the enlightened, but you are ready to move with and into whatever comes. It was never meant for mankind to stay forever locked in ignorance. It is graduation time for those who choose. What will you choose? You are ready, never doubt this. Dear readers, welcome to the new age you are creating and have begun to experience. Let go of any concepts about how change must look because this only reflects what is already known. The massive shift in world consciousness that is taking place will express in ways and ideas that the human collective is not yet aware of. Many resist change simply because they believe it will interfere with what seems to be perfectly fine already, unaware that better expressions of these same things will manifest in their place. Those who remain focused on self-serving at the expense of others are being exposed and brought to justice. There is more to come and more to be exposed. You are in the midst of it because light is now penetrating into many previously hidden agendas. The ascension process that began so long ago is beginning to manifest on a global scale. Personal and collective consciousness manifests outwardly because consciousness is all there is and therefore the substance of all form. The expansion of spiritual awareness in increasingly more individuals cannot help but express as higher and better form change. There is much to come, dear ones, much to come. You, who have evolved beyond the illusory concepts of third-dimensional thinking, are feeling tired and finished with the world's nonsense and game playing. Living in the density of third-dimensional energy is difficult for those who are spiritually awake and who often incarnated from places of much higher dimensional energy. Life for those who are already awake is starting to feel like being back in middle school. Many are finally starting to recognize the manipulation that commonly takes place in businesses, politics, relationships, and organized religions, etc. etc. Three-dimensional games always arise from concepts of separation that justify manipulating people and circumstances through advertising, speeches, news, preaching, etc. as being perfectly acceptable for getting what one needs. Up to now, the majority has allowed itself to be hypnotized by the beliefs of others, especially if their words came in an expensive or beautiful wrapper with lots of degrees and authority. These dear ones have been unaware that their ignorant acceptance of everything they are told has been feeding the coffers of the self-serving. There are some businesses, relationships, and churches that function from love, but many as of yet do not. However, every day more and more individuals are waking up to discover that the emperor has no clothes. Do not resist or become despondent when you discover that you no longer resonate with certain people, foods, or activities as you once did. Understand that your energetic resonance is becoming more refined, causing you to be out of alignment with anything of a lower resonance. Beliefs you previously held as truth are starting to feel foreign, causing you to wonder how you could have ever believed them. Never allow new insights to result in guilt and regret for past actions and words. but rather learn to love and accept these experiences as facets of your learning process that brought you to an examination your belief system and helped you to move into a higher state of awareness. Earth experiences are all about learning and growth. There are no accidents. You are ready to fine-tune your belief system through the recognition of certain seemingly innocent and innocuous beliefs you may still be holding. Example: you must work hard in order to succeed, there is never enough, Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong, will go wrong. There are hundreds of these sayings, and as you begin to recognize them as being alive and well in your belief system, more will begin to surface. Everything held in consciousness will manifest. Painful experience has been the learning tool of the third dimension. If you are reading and resonating with these messages, it means you no longer need to learn this way. You now understand that everything flows out from Source Divine Consciousness within. Therefore, why do so many of you continue to anticipate and expect difficulty, pain, and suffering? The evolutionary tools that were necessary for you long ago are no longer relevant, but as long as you continue to make them a part of your consciousness, they will appear. Release everything reflecting duality and separation, not in an absolute way, but rather in awareness and replacement with truth way. Accept that the omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent living light is already fully present within you. Humans struggle to hold their life medallion with its good side out at all times, even gluing it in place with all the three-dimensional glues they are aware of. But if their consciousness is one of duality and separation, their life medallion must sooner or later flip to the bad side, because duality will always express as the pairs of opposites. You are ready to allow the true forgiveness of self and others to become your attained state of consciousness, which means allowing an honest examination and re-evaluation of all issues still causing physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual pain. Deeply buried or ignored experiences can and often do remain unconscious for lifetimes, but are nevertheless alive and well in the person's energy field until cleared. Forgive yourselves for past offenses and actions taken from a less evolved state of consciousness. Release those still running programs of guilt, regret, judgment, and criticism through accepting that you brought these experiences into manifestation through ignorance. You were living from your highest level of awareness at that time, which is all that is required of anyone, but are no longer that state of consciousness. You have graduated. Forgiveness does not mean you become best buddies with your seeming nemesis, but rather means you recognize that they too are spiritual beings having human experiences in order to learn. Often the very person who has caused you the most discomfort in this life is in reality a dear close friend from your soul group who volunteered to play the villain this time around in order for you to learn. However, forgiveness never means being a doormat or are not allowed to speak your truth. Saying what needs to be said to someone. Allow the words you are guided to express to flow on an energy of love, silent recognition of the other's divinity rather than anger, separation, and always asking yourself, what did I learn about my own belief system from this experience? You are spiritually prepared to allow any remaining buried energies out of the basement where you have kept them hidden, perhaps for lifetimes. No more resistance, ignoring, or giving power to them, regardless of how painful or unpleasant. Old energy often surfaces and clears through dreams. If this happens and it is intense, do not fear, resist, or make a power out of the experience, but rather rejoice in the realization that you are finally clearing these old energies. Past life experiences involving torture or intense suffering that resulted in death or severe injury often remains alive and well in a person's cellular memory until they are spiritually prepared to acknowledge and integrate these energies, which often continue manifest as an intense fear of some certain person, place, or activity. Example: falling to one's death from a cliff lifetimes ago today may manifest as an intense and inordinate fear of heights. Consciousness, the substance of all form. What am I continuing to hold in my consciousness? Those who choose to end their lives early are not punished as many believe, but are lovingly welcomed home and helped to understand that they were learning something from their experiences. In their next incarnation, these dear ones must once again get to the same or a similar difficult place, and this time move past it. Nothing is ever for nothing. No one is ever lost, because there is only one. It is a new time and a new consciousness you will be living. We cannot emphasize enough how important it is to allow yourselves to let go of grievances you may still hold for certain persons, places, organizations, or things. Grievances represent separation, an energy you cannot take with you into the new. The three-dimensional belief system consists of concepts that promote entitlement, that the goal of life is to be happy, rich, beautiful, and to experience every good however one can. When those of this mindset find they are unable to achieve these goals, they will often turn to drugs or alcohol in the belief that they are failures, which simply further empowers the very situations of lack, limitation, pain, and suffering they sought to be rid of. More often than not, these experiences are wake-up calls meant to force the individual into new and higher insight. Regardless of how beautiful, rich or famous a person becomes, these things all remain behind when the person goes home. The only thing that remains forever with each and every soul is their state of consciousness, which they bring with them into their next incarnation. This is a secret of child prodigies, who are simply souls who attained a high level of expertise in some particular area throughout previous lifetimes and now carry this expertise with them as an attained state of consciousness. You cannot slip backward to an outgrown state of consciousness, although some attempt it when they believe life was easier before. With each incarnation, you pick up where you left off. Everyone carries their attained state of consciousness with them wherever they go, and in reality no one is responsible for another's problems. What may look to others to be a very unevolved life, may in reality be an upgrade from the person's last life, which is why it is foolish to judge by appearances. Everyone is only able to live out from his or her attained state of consciousness, but everyone is continually adding to their spiritual awareness regardless of how unawakened they may seem to others. This is how evolution works. Perhaps in previous lifetimes a person easily got away with nefarious actions toward others, stealing, using, lying, etc. But this time around, these familiar methods resulted in a prison sentence. The whole scenario was most likely part of his her chosen soul contract as being necessary for soul growth. Next incarnation, she will incarnate with a more evolved consciousness, prepared for a higher way of living, but most likely still perceived from a third-dimensional level at first. So on. And so on goes evolution. Gaia is a living soul in earth form and not material matter to be owned, destroyed, and used for self-serving. Gaia took the body of Earth in order to provide a place for people to evolve, but as the result of mankind's ignorance and selfishness has become very damaged and has chosen to ascend to a higher resonance. Please include this living, breathing, loving soul in your realizations of truth and light. We are the Arcturian group. Once you begin your process of interdimensional experiences and perceptions, your inner self starts a questioning battle of, will the real world step forward? However, there are many real worlds that resonate to different frequencies of reality. The lowest frequencies of reality are led by those who need to have power over others. On the other hand, finding one's power within, and using it for the good of all, is one of the highest frequencies of reality. At first, one may accidentally expand their consciousness into higher dimensions. Then, their process will slowly or quickly expand into the now for them to progress into the next, very important phase. In this phase of awakening, they will quickly, or slowly, realize that they need to maintain a higher dimensional state of consciousness. As they begin to focus on their state of consciousness, they move into their process of ongoing initiations. An initiation is not a punishment. Instead, initiation is an event, a meditation, an experience, a dream, a thought, or even an emotion that brings you into the realization that you are not alone. It is at this point that you begin to perceive a dream event or ponder the higher dimensions of reality. As you begin to perceive the higher dimensional realities, you will discover that you can actually meet with your own higher expressions of self. And, yes, you have many higher expressions of your true, multidimensional self. In fact, each of your higher expressions of self is attached to, and or in alignment with, a version of your greater multidimensional self. As you become more intimately aware of the members of your multidimensional self, you will realize that they are continually assisting you to expand the frequencies of reality to which you can have a conscious contact. As you move into the phase of awakening in which you feel that you are being overlaid by higher dimensional beings, some of these beings are your own higher self, and some are beings that are friends and family of your own higher self. It is this phase of awakening that you will begin to be able to consciously receive information from these higher frequencies of your multidimensional self. We suggest that you allow your third-dimensional physical self to communicate with your higher dimensional consciousness on a daily schedule. If you schedule a certain time and place to allow yourself to communicate with yourself, a certain inner feeling will come into your physical body and consciousness that will seem to be telling you that there is an incoming message from your own higher dimensional self. Yes, most of you will have what we call a go-between galactic being, such as we the Arcturians and or the Pleiadians. We say and or because we the Arcturians and the Pleiadians are so deeply aligned within our service to assist Gaia with her planetary ascension, that we interface with each other as if we are one being. Of course, when we observe humanity from the sixth dimension and beyond, we are able to perceive what may appear to be a multidimensional stairway on which each frequency of your multidimensional self has placed their energy field. These interdimensional energy fields will awaken, activate, and communicate with each of the many frequencies of your multidimensional self. Each of the frequencies of your multidimensional self can then better communicate with and assist Gaia as she goes through her planetary ascension. Then, the Earth vessel that you are now wearing, and interface more deeply with Gaia. It is through this deep connection of person and planet, that the process of planetary ascension and human ascension will begin. Most of our brave galactic warriors who have chosen to take an Earth body in order to more directly assist Gaia are beginning to fully awaken to their chosen mission. Your chosen mission is what you promised to fulfill before you took your current, third-dimensional Earth vessel. It was a great sacrifice for your fifth-dimensional and beyond galactic self to incarnate into a third-dimensional, physical vessel on a planet that was in very grave danger of being destroyed by its human occupants. Yes, we say human occupants as humans are the ones who set off the bombs, sully the waterways and great oceans, taint the skies, and start the fires that destroy that which Gaia has spent eons constructing. It is for this reason that we, your galactic family, are putting out an SOS to our grounded ones to please step up whatever services you are offering to Gaia and all her inhabitants to assist Gaia in her time of great need. Humanity is the primary reason for all the problems that Gaia has been suffering. But why would humans want to destroy their own home? We hear you ask. We, the Arcturians and Pleiadians, could answer the question for you, but in order to save Earth from sure planetary destruction, which is basically all due to humanity's greed and need for power over others but recognized, and totally ended. We, the Galactics, are very aware that greed is one of the main sources of the destruction of the very planet that the greedy ones want to get more, and more, and more from. The problem is that Gaia is a free will planet. What that means is that Gaia needs the humans to use their great gift of free will to stop all destruction of Gaia at the source. But what is the primary source of destruction? The answer to that question is usually the Dark Ones, who are usually the members of humanity. These Dark Ones are actually quite a few humans who live via greed and an unending need for power over others. But why would one have to need to have power over others? There are as many answers to that question as there are humans who suffered from their need to have power over others. And, yes, power over other people do suffer. The reason why they suffer is that energy travels in circles. Therefore, the energy that one puts out will, eventually, return to them. That is why people who send out love, light, and assistance, will receive those energy fields when they most need them. However, the time between the energy going out, and when the energy returns to the sender, is when most of the damage is done. Those who have put out the dark, damaging energy fields are happily putting out their toxins, and are so proud of themselves that they do not even consider that it will come back to them. Then, when their own negative energy comes full circle and returns to them, they cannot understand how they could be the victim of what has come to them. Unfortunately, some of the innocent victims of the dark energy out have been suffering since that darkness first struck their consciousness. It is the people who become stuck with the dark energy field that need the most assistance. These are often the ones who were mistreated as children or in their early life. Therefore, they do not believe that they deserve higher light until they have received loving assistance from others. Unfortunately, some of these people finally succumb to the darker energy fields. Therefore, these are the ones who most need assistance from those who have been able to rise above the darker, fearful and or angry fields. Either they remembered, and or learned, how to choose the frequency of energy that they wanted to resonate to, and released or transmuted the energy fields that they could feel were of a lower frequency. In fact, more and more humans are learning and remembering to trust their feeling about the energy fields that are around them. If the energy feels loving, kind, focused, creative and powerful, they have remembered how to embrace and share the higher dimensional energy fields. It is the honor of these ones to assist those who have become lost in the lower energy fields. Often these people have childhood issues that have not been healed, hence, they may think it is too weird to feel and trust the impact of the energy fields around them. On the other hand, they may have unresolved issues that stand in the way of clearing the darkness and embracing the light. Even when one does perceive the higher frequencies of reality, their daily self may say something like, "What are you doing?" The answer to that question is, what you are doing is waking up to your own higher dimensional multidimensional self. Some people wake up to their higher self step by step, whereas other people may take a very long time to wake up, and then suddenly wake up all at once. Either one of these scenarios can be confusing. However, it is helpful to remember that the step-by-step part is often easier because each step can be what we need to confront in order to deeply ground each step phase of awakening into our higher selves. It is important that we sufficiently ground our awakening self into the body of Gaia before we take the next step. Then, when we are ready, you will remember to also ground that step into the body of Gaia. It is in this manner that you remember that you, the awakened members of humanity, chose to take an earth vessel within this now, not for your own personal gain, but for your beloved planet Gaia. Yes, Gaia is your beloved planet. Gaia is your beloved mother and your beloved planetary starship back home to the fifth dimensional expressions of your galactic self. Just imagine the different reality that you would experience if you all saw your fifth dimensional home and thought of Gaia as your beloved mother planet. For one thing, you could expand your perception and thoughts from being individual humans who are often fighting and or being victims to other individual humans into humans who are consciously creating a reality of love and light. What if all humans could no longer perceive themselves as individuals because they had come to the realization that all of humanity is one being? However, this one being is much like one beehive, in that all the bees think of themselves as the hive rather than of the individual bee. Can you imagine how much humans would care for, assist, protect and feel deeply united with each other? Blessings to Gaia and to her dedicated humans who remember their self. Dear Arcturians, I just meditated and I saw myself trying to swim up from the bottom of a deep pond. However, I seem to get stuck somewhere in the middle of the pond. I guess that means that I am stuck in the middle, but in the middle of what? Dearest Suzil, we are the Arcturians here to answer your question. The middle of the pond means that you are in between where you have been and where you are going. You know where you have been, but you do not know where you are going. Is that correct? Dear Arcturians, I had not thought of my not knowing where I am going, but I realize now that what you have said is true. I know that I am moving, shifting, changing, but I don't really know where I am going, or doing. With these changes, I also realize that I have been saying to the universe and to my own higher self that I am tired. I don't want to do this anymore. However, I did not specifically say what I am tired of, or where I would like to go. Therefore, my incomplete requests, or were they complaints, have put me in between where I have been and where I am going. Therefore, I think I should begin with where I have been. Dear Arcturians, where have I been? What I mean by that questions is where have I been in my consciousness? Arcturians answer, Dear Suzil, all of you, our galactic beings who have volunteered to wear third-dimensional expressions of self, has been on a fast and furious ride. Sometimes you have greatly enjoyed this ride, but sometimes you need a break in order to allow what has been flowing into, and through, your thoughts and emotions to settle into the areas of your body, mind, and consciousness. Within this necessary break, you can listen to yourself, who is your own higher guidance. It is in this manner that you can more fully understand the information that you have been receiving. How many times have you said, I need a break? You may wonder why you feel so tired, or think that you have failed in some manner. However, in reality, you, our brave volunteers to take an earth vessel, have been quite successful in your task of recognizing that you are much more than the physical body that encompasses your true multidimensional self. When you ask for a break, you give an SOS to your higher self. Then your higher self, who knows that you need this break, not just to rest, but to also integrate the higher messages you have been receiving into your physical brain, heart, and body. Taking a break is an important component of expanding your consciousness beyond your third, fourth dimensional reality and into your fifth dimensional reality. This break allows you to realize how much you miss connecting with us, the Arcturian and your higher self who are actually one. You see, all of you, our galactic family, have taken physical forms to assist Gaia with her planetary ascension. Then you are faced with the challenge of learning, which is actually remembering how to integrate your higher self and your physical self into one. This integration of your third, fourth dimensional physical self and your fifth dimension and beyond self is not an easy challenge. But how else can you remember your true multidimensional self? When you finally take this break from your daily third dimensional chores and responsibilities, you can more easily connect, and or reconnect with us, your higher expressions of self. Sometimes your daily 3D life becomes so difficult or encompassing that you take your multidimensional phone off the hook. But then you wonder why the interdimensional phone stopped ringing. What is important for you, our volunteers, to take a 3D body to assist with planetary ascension, to take a break once in a while and just be human. However, you may ask yourself, what do I want to take a break from? We, the Arcturians, will ask you now, what do you want to take a break from? That is a real question, and we ask that you ponder your answer and then get back to us, the members of your own higher self. Okay, we hear you say to yourself, I will now ponder what it is that I need a break from. Worry is one of the things that we see many of our grounded ones need to ponder and release. I want to take a break from worry, you may say. However, you may not so sure what taking a break from worry means. Therefore, we the Arcturians offer you may consider that, it is the now for me to go deep inside my physical, as well as my higher dimensional self, so that I can more completely feel the waves of higher dimensional light energy that are increasingly flowing into dear Gaia, as well as into all of Gaia's planetary beings. You have all heard of the saying, the darkest night is just before dawn, as well as the further you bend down, the higher you can jump. We, your galactic family, would like to remind you that, it is the now for all our beloved volunteers to assist Gaia with her planetary ascension, to bend down further and further into your own darkness so that you can move through the darkness and into the light. We the Arcturians ask that you go deeply through your darkness so that you can more easily go deeply into your own higher consciousness, your own higher thoughts and your own emotions, to find your own higher light that resides inside your own higher self. It is in this manner that you will find that component of yourself who does not yet remember that you are a multidimensional being. We also ask that you now go deep inside your fears, your doubts, your self-judgments, your hidden anger, and your forgotten sadness. Then give them your unconditional love. We, the Arcturians, promise you that if you have found this message, and taken the time to read it, you are ready to love yourself unconditionally. We realize that it is very difficult for our beloved volunteers to take an earth vessel to remember your own higher dimensional self. We, the Arcturians and your galactic family, realize and remember from our own incarnations how easy it is to fall into fear, sorrow, worry, and self-judgment. In fact, it is for this reason that we, your galactic family, have come to you within this now, which means the now in which you receive and decide to read our message, to remind you that you are a wonderful multidimensional being who has, a great sacrifice, chosen to take an earth vessel to assist dear Gaia. Mother Earth has been gravely mistreated and is having more and more difficulty with her own planetary healing. Therefore, Gaia needs you. Yes, you, the one who has somehow received and has chosen to read this message. We, the Arcturians and your galactic family, want you to know that we recognize how difficult it can be to choose to recognize the dark ones who are greatly damaging Gaia in order to gain their own power over others. We, your galactic family, realize that you have chosen to incarnate in this now in order to assist dearly beloved Gaia. We, your galactic family, want you to know that Gaia, planet Earth, is considered to be one of the greatest jewels of all the many realities that have had the courage to dip their frequency into the low frequency of the third dimension. We, the Arcturians, wish to remind you that there are many, many more expression of reality that resonates to higher dimensions. Most humans have called these dimensions heaven. Therefore, we, your galactic family, have come into your awareness within this now to remind you again and again that you have chosen to take an earth vessel within this now to assist Gaia through her difficult challenge of planetary ascension. Just as a human woman goes to a doctor to assist her with the birth of her human child, we ask you to recognize how Gaia has come to you to assist her with her planetary birth into a higher frequency of reality. Gaia has been inhabited by humans for many eons. When the humans were in their early stages, they worshipped Gaia for many years and cycles of time. However, the modern age has given humanity the ability to destroy their own planetary home. Many of the reasons for this destruction were due to ignorance as to how they were damaging Gaia, but the main reason that humanity has so greatly damaged Gaia is that humanity, did not think of Earth as a living being. Many modern humans thought of Earth as a thing that is somehow indestructible. Therefore, they think it is fine to throw trash into the great oceans, fill the skies with many chemtrails, ruin the land with bombs and poisons to grow plants quicker and larger, and drop trash into the ocean and other waterways. We, the Arcturians, as well as the Pleiadians, Venusians, Ontarians and other members of our greater galactic family, call you now to please save your mother planet now. We end this message with a powerful quote: the further a society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those that speak it. We now wish to talk about the initial phases of being on a fifth-dimensional reality, ship or planet. A fifth-dimensional reality does not need a place and you can live within your consciousness. A fifth-dimensional ship is a galactic starship, which can be cloaked to the 3D world, or we can choose to briefly reveal itself. However, we cloak again quickly so as not to frighten humans who are not aware of us. We separate reality, ship and planet, because the reality is the manner in which different people perceive the same planet's ascension process. Our starships are usually cloaked for the protection of those who would be so frightened to see them in their sky that they would want to shoot down the ship. However, third-dimensional weapons cannot harm our fifth-dimensional ships, but the weapons that frighten humans sent towards our fifth-dimensional ships will simply fall back down into Earth's gravity, which could cause damage to Gaia and her inhabitants. On the other hand, we often show our higher fourth and fifth dimensional frequency for the humans who are beginning to expand their perceptions into the fourth and fifth dimensions. Therefore, humans with higher states of consciousness may occasionally perceive one of our ships. However, we mostly stay away from any third-dimensional exposure to Earth, as there are too many people in that frequency of reality who would become frightened or would try to shoot us down. As we have stated, they could not shoot us down, but they may frighten others, or their weapons could hit something else and harm others. The perception of reality is specific to each person's state of mind and level of consciousness. Fortunately, some people have spent their lives finding ways to educate people that Gaia is a living being and that humanity has been treating it very poorly. These people see the planet as a place where they can take what they want to have, no matter what the cost to the planet, and do what they want to do, no matter what cost there is to Gaia. These people are often called the Illuminati, or the Dark Ones, or those who lie via power over others with no concern for others. Sometimes there are leaders who do not care about the planet or even the people who live on it. These Dark Ones only care about themselves, their own money, and their own power over others. Unfortunately, sometimes these power over people have found a way to hold a position of power. These humans will not be able to even perceive the higher dimensions of reality, much less enter into that fourth, fifth dimensional vibrational world or starship. On the other hand, more and more of the awakened ones have expanded their consciousness into the fourth and fifth dimensions, are answering to Gaia's SOS. These advanced beings are so dedicated to Gaia, and her efforts to ascend her planetary self, that they will actually come to planet Earth to assist with this planetary ascension. Also, anytime a planet is able to raise its resonant frequency to the fifth dimension, the entire solar system benefits from the flow of fifth-dimensional light. We galactics applaud the valiant attempts of the awakened ones who are participating in the great honor of merging their higher fourth and fifth dimensional personal consciousness to assist Gaia as she expands her planetary consciousness into the upper fourth and fifth dimensional of reality. If you have found this interdimensional message and have taken your Earth time to read it, you are likely among those who are remembering and awakening to your own higher dimensional expression of self. We Pleiadians, as well as our Arcturian and other galactic friends, thank you for your higher dimensional service. Please remember that Gaia is a planetary school who is to teach humanity that energy out is energy back. Therefore, whatever energy fields humanity sends out from their consciousness, thoughts, and actions, will fill Gaia's planetary aura. You may have noticed that sometimes you walk through a place and feel great peace, unconditional love, and calm. Likely nature is at her best and the creatures, or humans, of that area, are happy and dedicated to creating loving reality for themselves, their families, friends and general areas. Gaia has her planetary consciousness to assist her students humans to release the third fourth dimensional illusion of time and space. Once that illusion is released, Gaia and her inhabitants will remember how to return to their fifth dimensional operating system of here and now. We realize that many humans only think of planet Earth as a thing. Therefore, they do not feel the harm that they are doing to their planet. In fact, many of these humans are concerned about any loss in their bank statements. However, money will not show them how to love all life and treat planet Earth as a living, breathing being. Too often these lost ones, who can only find their own greed, willing and purposefully harm Gaia's fragile planet and environment so that they can make more money. However, that money will not stop global warming unless that money is spent on saving Gaia from humanity's great destruction. We, your galactic family, want to remind you that we are here within your now to assist you with this evolutionary shift. We also want you to know that we will not allow you to destroy planet Earth. If we need to lend our ships and tell you to change your ways, we will. Yes, we know that the Dark Ones will have their bombs ready to shoot at us. However, these Dark Ones will not be able to harm us because we resonate the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension does not have time and space as you know it on 3rd dimensional Earth. There is only here and only now. Therefore, one cannot plan what they will do in the future or benefit from any dark plans made in the past. In fact, the time-based mind is overridden by the love-based heart, and, if the heart is not love-based, it will be like a watch that you cannot wind. You can throw the watch on the floor, or stamp it with your foot, but harming the watch will not change time. In the same manner, the Dark Ones plan to be masters over will do great harm to the planet that they live on. However, since they are filled with hate and power over, they can only harm 3rd dimensional Earth, as they cannot perceive anything beyond their own 3rd dimensional thoughts of power over. They must buy or steal beautiful pictures with their money, but they do not have the heart to create these pictures inside and place them on a canvas. Inside these lost ones is only the need to have power over others. These lost ones do not know that energy out will, eventually, return to the center. Therefore they do not know that in their present, or in a future life, they can only lie within the limitations of the 3rd dimensional need to have power over others. The 5th dimensional resonates to a frequency that is beyond their power over others' mind or their heart that is devoid of all love. Power may be able to grow, but what is planted will eventually die without love. It is true that your planet, especially the United States, has a darkness that appears to have settled in and, too often, taken power over. However, the darkest night precedes the dawn, and the dawn will always come. Also, the state of consciousness of the humans on the planet has a great impact on Gaia. For one thing, humans with a higher state of consciousness know that Gaia is a living being and need humanity to assist her with her planetary ascension. Each day, more and more humans are answering Gaia's call for assistance. Also, as Gaia returns to her innate higher 4th and 5th dimensional resonance, the Dark Ones will not be able to remain on ascending Gaia. These Dark Ones will not be able to withstand the 5th dimensional light and will need to return fully to their innate lower 4th dimensional reality. However, as long as humanity allows a lower 4th dimensional reality to remain unloved and unhealed, there will be darkness. However, we, the members of Gaia's galactic family, will not allow Gaia to be destroyed. Yes, the 3rd and lower 4th dimensional beings, as many of these destructive ones are not of humanity but from other dark planets, will destroy the lower shell of Gaia's 3rd dimensional self. But what the Dark One does not know is that the cracking and release of the 3rd lower 4th illusion of Earth, it necessary for the higher 4th and 5th dimensional frequencies of reality to birth into enlightenment. Then, the birth of 5th dimensional Earth will release the embryonic sac in which 5th dimensional Earth has been preparing for birth. Then, the crystal core of Gaia will blaze, 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 the violet light transforming all shadow into light, light, light. The Dark Ones will need to escape to their dark homeworlds and the inner light of the awakening ones of Earth will burst into their 5th dimensional light. When will this occur? We hear you ask. It will occur within the now of the One. How will we when it is the now of the One? You ask again. This will occur to each of you within the now in which you say and live, I now surrender all control of my physical body to my soul. Within that now you will become one with yourself.